Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Brad, what's up, bro?
What's up, baby? Happy to be here on a Friday, ready to talk sports with you, my man. Just excited to be here.
You know what? I'm excited to be here too. I'm happy to be here. So good to see everybody. Hope you are having a wonderful Friday so far. If you are new, say hello. Drop it in the chat. I'll tell you, it's the most friendly chat in the game. Now, speaking of the game, yeah, Matty Boy said it. Glad to be here. Me too, big dog. Me too. Now, speaking of in the game, last night had a good one here. Blue Jays, Mariners over 7.5. We get that. Bengals team total over 18.5. We get that. DK Metcalf, longest reception. We get that. Look at that right there. Jonnu Smith, first touchdown, plus 1,500, baby. Let's go. Bengals plus 10.5 and Blue Jays, Mariners over 5.5. We hit that parlay. We do not get Brewers and the Dodgers. Steelers money line, Flacco, interception, nope. And then both to score rushing touchdown, nope. But yeah, solid day, man. We'll take it. And that Jonnu Smith, welcome in the club. Everybody who got in there. All right. So that was yesterday. The Howie Schwab crew play of the day. Where you going? Blue Jays money line, Mariners money line. Ooh, man, we got a series now tied 2-2. Are you going to go Brewers money line or Dodgers money line? Now, here's the problem, Bradley. Dodgers up 3-0. We are now in elimination mode in the NLCS. So it is going to change how we kind of approach and look at betting it. So we'll talk more about that. But polls in the chat, vote now, and we'll update as we always do at the end of the show. All right, Brad, now I'll ask you real quick. So game one today, Blue Jays and the Mariners. All right, series tied 2-2. Where are you going? Blue Jays or Mariners?
Oof. I like the over personally, so I would lean points, but I think there's just momentum on the Jays side. I think they're hitting really well behind big Vlad Guerrero. Give me the Jays tonight.
Vladdy Daddy. Now, do the Dodgers complete the sweep? They're up 3-0 at home. Shohei Ohtani on the mound.
Yeah, it's over.
It could be tough.
Sorry, Brew Crew.
Yeah,
Beers now.
It could be tough. Down 3-0 in LA. The big iron horse is on the mound. Yeah. It could be a tough one. All right. So polls in the chat, vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show. All right, Brad. Last thing, we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern for Driving the Nightline. See it right there. Fridays we're live at 10 a.m. Eastern right here and 3 p.m. Eastern for Driving the Nightline. We'll have much more Major League Baseball as well as what else do we have? Oh, we got college football. We got some big college football tonight. All right, so yeah, we'll break those down, and I'm sure I don't know if we have NHL or not, but our crew's crushing on that. So, all right, there we go. Big Adam said Dodgers, Canes, Huskers money line parlay. Dodgers, Miami, Nebraska money line parlay. Adam, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, let's jump into the picks because I want to talk about that now because Adam brings up an interesting point. All right, let's jump into the picks, Brad. All right, big dog, fire it off. What you got?
We're headed to the Danish Super League today at noon Central Time in a matchup between Silkeborg taking on Copenhagen. We're looking for 3 total goals, so that over 2.5 will give us a full cash. This is a matchup history that has absolutely smashed goals over and over and over again, but specifically in this home and away split with Copenhagen, who is the dominant squad of these two. Away from home, they now have hit their over 2.5 in 9 of their last 10. They've hit both teams to score coming in 8 straight. So away from home, getting it. And then they're a scoring team. They score 2+ in just about every single match that they play in. 8 of the last 11 in the league, but specifically 10 of the last 11 away from home. So you actually have seen more goals from Copenhagen. They tend to concede more often away from home as well, which should help us push this total. It's actually hit in 6 straight matches with Silkeborg taking on Copenhagen with Silkeborg at home. And it's trending upwards of 70% right now in the Danish Super League. And so we like 3 total goals today in Denmark between Silkeborg taking on Copenhagen.
Taking on Copenhagen. Now, I got to say, all right, this brings me back real quick. Shout out Tony Wilson and Ryan Armstrong. You guys are not watching this show whatsoever, but you're both in Nashville, and I played baseball with you. And both of these guys were Copenhagen straight fine cut. They didn't even go long cut. Copenhagen straight fine cut. Always in the truck. Tony was our catcher. You could always count on. He always there in a pinch. All right, Silkeborg. All right, where are we going? What was it? The Danish Super League?
Yep, we're in Denmark today, the Danish Super League, and it's the top flight of Denmark.
We're in Denmark today, kids. All right, well done, bro. Okay, so we've got an interesting slate today. Adam set the tone there with the parlay, and I like the way he's thinking. Big Brian said, AB taking my Huskers tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Matt Rule time, baby. I'm feeling it. All right, so first, Louisville, Miami, over 51.5. Now, take a look around your books. You might be able to get 50.5. So if you can get 50.5, grab it. But I think this is going to be a hell of a game tonight. I don't want to take the spread. Like, I like Miami. Miami, Carson Beck, they're the real deal. But Louisville's pretty good, too. And especially with it being a Friday night, it's just different. And I swear, Louisville's built a program plan on Thursday nights and Friday nights, right? Not that has anything to do with anything, but I think both these teams are going to show out. Give me the over 51.5. And again, shop your books. You could get that 50.5. John said, me too, AB. Not anymore. Check out Copenhagen song from Robert Earl Keen. I'll check that out for sure. Addison said, what a football game. I got weird and cashed Flacco 1+ rush attempt -185. He was a cheetah last night. Dude, he was. Shout out to Flacco and the Bengals. That was a huge win. He was a cheetah. Tony said 50.5 on Hard Rock for Louisville, Miami. Yeah. Absolutely. So if you can get 50.5, grab it. Shop your books for sure. Somebody's going to end up messing around finding a 49.5, and I'm going to be super jealous. Yeah, look, right there. We said it. Matty boy. Louisville, Miami's 49.5 on ESPN. I'm super jealous. Take that. Take that. All right. So, Japan cash that plus 759 parlay. Yes, sir. Japan. Well done, bro. All right. So that's Louisville, Miami. All right. Blue Jays and the Mariners over 7. Game 5. So here's how it works. Series is tied 2-2. First team to win 4 games wins the series. So take the series and throw it away. This is now a 3-game series. We've bet college baseball before. 3-game series. Go into college baseball mindset mode. This is Friday. We got a Saturday. We got a Sunday. It doesn't exactly line up those days, but you get what I'm saying. It's now a 3-game series. So we're going to have to check our pitching matchups, all of that. But today, I want that 7. It's a good pitching matchup. We'll talk about it, but I want that 7 because this is the inflection point. And anybody that's ever played sports at any level, like tournament time, right here, this is where it goes. Because in a 3-game series, winning game 1 is massive because then you've got 2 games where you need to win 1. And you could mess around with your pitching staff. You could put a starter as your closer. You could do anything you want to get yourself to the World Series. And when we talk about like do or die, sports, like, put it all on the line, something's there. Pal, this is it. Winner of this series goes to the World Series. You might not ever get to play in one in your life. So, not that it wasn't real before, but it's real now. And what about every team? Every game in this series, the road team has won. All 4. The road team has won all 4 games. All right, Dodgers and the Brewers. Now, we're going to talk more about this too. But now, this series is different. So we just talked about intense tournament baseball. This is the complete opposite. The Dodgers are up 3-0. All they have to do is win. There's 4 games left, and they just have to win 1. They win today, they're in the World Series. So with that, you have all kinds of room to mess around. And there's nobody better than Shohei Ohtani to throw today, because you could throw him as deep as he wants to go and can go, or you can pull him, because you have a massive advantage when you're up 3-0 in a series. I mean, look, the only time we've ever seen a comeback in a 3-0 was the Red Sox in the ALCS in 2004. And we're still making documentaries about that. So let me just put it out there. That's how impossible a comeback is in a 3-0 series. You might win today, but historically 3-0 is the death penalty. It's over. That's why I want to play the Dodgers' first 7 team total over 3.5. Now, I'd love to play the Dodgers money line, and you're going to see that in the pick below, because now you think simplicity. And I know that a first 7 team total is the opposite of simplicity, but it's simple in nature. What I want to do is count on getting to 4 runs. And I think we could do that in the first 7 innings. Don't know what's going to happen in this game, because 3-0 games can get all kinds of weird. The Brewers could come out and mash, and the Dodgers could kind of mentally just shut down for a game and say, all right, let's not burn good pitching. Let's just move on. We've got 4 to win 1. We didn't get this one. We got 3 to win 1, right? Like, that's kind of the mindset. You want to go ahead and get it done tonight, but you don't want to burn valuable resources, etc. So, all right, finally, Nebraska money line and the Dodgers money line. All right, Nebraska taking on Minnesota on the road tonight, and we're going to talk more about that. I want Nebraska, and I want the Dodgers. That's it. I don't want to play with any spreads. I don't want to play with any run lines. Just give me the Nebraska money line. Give me the Dodgers money line plus 100. Okay. We'll talk more about those here in 1 second. But Bradley. Oh, and if everybody could hit the like button, it'd be great. If you're watching on your phone, just grab a screen, pull it down, hit like, pop back up. I promise I won't ask you for anything else. But that'd be huge. Bibbo, I'm in a meeting and can't turn on the sound. Well, you're not going to be able to hear this, but welcome in the club. He had Johnu last night too. Well done, buddy. Okay, now, those are the picks. But Brad, we got weekend goal scores, and I think you added in a bonus as well. Write this down. What do you got? I think I'm mute.
I'm on mute. Of course, I was drinking my coffee, trying to be silent, but we're going all over the board. Specifically, we have a few European goal scorers here at the top. And then I wanted to highlight what we're looking at in the MLS this weekend. So first, off the top, shout out Karen from yesterday, or 2 days ago. Erling Haaland leading the top of this list at minus 135 to score against Everton. He has done it over and over and over and over again. And not only that, Manchester City needs him to score. They have some attacking talent, but they are really, really reliant on the big Norwegian up top. They absolutely force feed him. He's going to have chance after chance. Just depends. Does he put it in the net? Next, we have who we gave out earlier in the week. It's killing you, Mbappe. Come on. Over there at Real Madrid, he has now scored in 11 of his last 12 matches for Real Madrid. He scores for France when he plays for France, like he did before he left France, the goal, or his goal this past week. And now he's back. The one thing you need to worry about, this man, as well as some of these others, injury concerns. Is he going to play? Is he going to start? Make sure he is starting if you're going to be placing this bet, or place it on a book that allows you to void if it's a non-start, which does have certain books. And then last but not least, on the European scoring list, we have Harry Kane. We've talked about it. It's juiced quite significantly, but that's because he legit scores in every single match that he plays in. He has tons and tons and tons of opportunity, and most importantly, he takes every kick from the spot. So with Bayern and the way they attack, they get tons of spot kicks, and he doesn't miss when he gets there. Also, if it's a little juicy, drop in just like any of my other picks early in the match, and you can get a better number. Next, let's look at this weekend's MLS Golden Boot watch list. We are now down to our final match week. So all of these guys only have one opportunity to get on the score sheet to end the year. And these three names here at the top, not in parentheses, but just their plus 100, plus 110, plus 105 are Denny Bawanga, Surridge over here at Nashville SC, and the little magician Lionel Messi. All three are chasing the golden boot right now. Messi leads by 2 goals. He is playing Surridge, and Denny is playing a couple goals behind, but in another match. So all three of these guys are going to be for sure looking to score this weekend to end the season on a high and to potentially get that golden boot. So watch out. Plus money for Messi. What are they thinking? And then, we have that honorable mention for Heung-min Son. You can take his TSOA at minus 140 or plus 130 for his anytime goal score. He's been doing it, but he's not part of the Golden Boot watch list because he just came into the league. So we're just really looking for those top 3. But why would you not play Heung-min Son? He's been absolutely smashing it. And it's, AB, you're familiar with Pharrell, are you not?
With Pharrell? Yep.
Uh-huh. His name is Messi. Don't try to tackle him. You look like a joke. Yeah, I need you to go. His name is Messi.
His name is Messi.
He once bought an office plant and gave it to the Pope.
His name is Messi.
On his way to the Golden Boot, all he's got to do is shoot.
His name is Messi.
That one was tough, but you don't got any music here, so we're trying to spitball. Come on, Lionel Messi, he's gracing us one last time in the MLS this season before the playoffs. Yeah. 2 goals ahead of his guy on the opposite end, Surridge. So if Surridge scores, Messi's going to be in there trying to get on the score sheet. He's got an ego just like the rest of us, AB. Watch out for Messi.
He's got an ego like the rest of us. That's a t-shirt. Dude, who was the big Norwegian?
Erling.
Oh,
Erling.
What a nickname. Dude, Erling Haaland is becoming my guy. He's got the Brad Taylor from Home Improvement haircut. Like, I love it.
And the best part about Erling Haaland is he owes his success to what? Unpasteurized milk?
Oh.
He does.
Yeah. Yeah, a little Surrey, isn't it?
A little weird.
Bradley, well freaking done as always, buddy.
Yeah.
Everybody was chanting in the chat to sing it, and I knew it was coming. You did good. Brad, a nerd fan. There we go. Pharrell, baby. Look, John said, AB, we need our favorite team Hamburger to check in. What's Hamburger up to this weekend? What are they doing? They cooking out?
Thought they might be a cheeseburger at this point, but no, they're losing steam. They're real struggling in the Bundesliga. Most likely going to be one of those 3 relegation candidates. They added a few players who just have not gelled. A couple Arsenal players, shout out my Gooners, but a couple players we were looking to get rid of, and there's reasons behind that. So just not doing as well.
Makes sense. Look, my ex-girlfriend said I was a regression candidate, so. That's a t-shirt. Now, Jinxie. Bop, dop, ba, doo, bop, a dooby, dop, ba, doo. Dude, it even wrote the Hanson version.
We'll have more. Don't worry.
Oh, Jinxie, I love you, man. You crack me up. All right, hang tight. We've got a hockey pick from Addison. Best bet, Minnesota power play goal plus 105, DraftKings. Sprinkled 2 goals plus 550. In 4 games this season, the Wild have 1, 4, 5, 2 power play goals. Boom, Addison. Absolute smoke fire right there, my boy. Appreciate you, man. All right, now, Adam in the chat, getting back to it, tying it back around here. Dude, I'm going to have Hanson in my head all day long. Look, I said, Adam, I think you're a smart individual because I'm doing the same thing, big bro. Give me the Dodgers on the money line. Give me Nebraska on the money line. Give me Miami on the money line. Put those three together, plus 138. And if you want to get a little spicy, you can mix in money line of the Blue Jays and the Mariners. If you want to if you want to gamble, that's where you gamble right there. So anyways, Adam, I absolutely thought you were brilliant. Look, my boy, as always, had to show you some respect right there, big dog. Good look. Good look. All right. Okay. Brad, it's been an exciting show so far. All right. Now, and Adam said, or Dodgers run line. Good call. You could absolutely adjust that. I like it. Adam's thinking smart. Maddie, I said Carson Beck and Bryson Barnes, both over 1.5 passing touchdowns, plus 139. Beautiful. I love it, man. Tony said, tail on the AB3. Let's go, big Tony. Let's go, brother. All right. Fun's just begun. The big Norwegian. Dude, big Norwegian. All right, here are the best nicknames real quick. Big Country is almost impossible to beat. Like, Bryant Big Country Reeves, like, that was a great name. The Big Cat is a great name. Now, here's the other thing, too. If you are like a professional poker player, like an old school Western, Doyle Brunson, right? If somebody has a nickname that is either a color or a city/state, right? Like you meet an old guy, playing stud, in a saloon. And he's like, hey, my name's Tex. Don't mess with him. If his name is Tex, if his name is Memphis, if his name is Red, that old man will shoot your ass. Like anybody with a city or state nickname or a color is old school Western. And he's probably got that Smith & Wessie right there on the side. And that's been gun talk. All right, so we just got demonetized. Let's jump into home runs, man. Let's have some fun. All right, we got 2 games, big dog. Where you going? Shohei Ohtani. Now, I thought about leaving him off with him throwing, but he's Shohei Ohtani. Plus 230. Cal Raleigh, plus 250. Vlad Guerrero, plus 365. William Contreras, plus 425. Frederick Freeman, plus 500. Yeah, Jeff says Memphis Red was a bad man. Yeah, you don't mess with Memphis Red. That's gonna be your last day. Clocking out. All right, big Brad. I once heard somebody refer to it in a movie. They're like, it was like a mafia thing. They're like, hey, did you handle that? Yeah, we turned off his birthdays. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. I was like, that was actually a cool line. I'm gonna have to use that. All right, back to reality. Brad, where are you going today?
We're going right back to the man, Vladdy, not his daddy. He's absolutely stroking it, and you can see it with every swing. I just feel like he's putting his team on his back right now. Give me Vlad Guerrero Jr. on the comeback trail, plus 365.
The comeback trail. I love it. Now, Matty Boy says no Leviticus this morning for Freddie. Oh, Matty Boy, you know me too well, because that's exactly where I'm going. Frederick Leviticus Freeman Jr. the third. I think it's Freddie time. Freddie got the big smile. Freddie's a good teammate. That's who you want over there at first base. It's Eminem's birthday. Oh, man. Dude, Eminem, shout out. Clearly. Eminem's the man. Snap back to reality. Yep. Snap back to reality. Yep. There goes. All right. So, all right. Where are you going? Say yours again.
Vlad Guerrero, the J, the son of the senior.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Matty boy. Yeah, Matty. Yeah, that's what, dude. I was looking for the same thing. I was like, all right, is Michigan playing? Is Detroit? Yeah. All right, we're Red Wings money line. Who are the Red Wings playing? Roger, vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti. I'm nervous. Yeah, look, man, I'm going Frederick. Karen. Which Karen, by the way, you're going to the Auburn, Missouri game? That's awesome. Otani, strikeout, first at bat. Ooh, Karen.
Saucy Karen.
Oh, that's a look right there. Okay. All right. That one is mentally written down. All right. You're going Vlad. I'm going to go Frederick. William Contreras. The Brewers are not a big home run team. They could be weird. William Contreras could be weird today. I don't know, though. God, I get nervous of betting a team that's facing elimination and facing a 3-0 elimination. If you were down, 3-2 in the series, I could deal with that because if you're down 3-2, you win game 6, buddy, all the momentum's on your side. But down 3-0, I mean, it's just it's a Herculean effort. And okay, I'm going to talk real quick about something. Real quick. You ever get those things that pop in your head? Intrusive thoughts? Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, when you're like sitting in bed and it's at night and like, say you're just like, you're about to go to bed. You're just on your phone at Instagram or whatever, just, doom scrolling, right? And something pops in your head like, oh, hey, remember when you were 10 and you didn't say thank you for that birthday present? Like just something so stupid, right? You're like, oh, like these intrusive thoughts will pop in. All right. And here's what I'm getting at. They'll pop in doubt in games where like when you're down 3-0 because you feel like you have to win you have to win 3 games in one night. Right? Like it's hard to compartmentalize and say one game at a time. It's the most cliche statement in sports coaching history because that statement, Brad, you've heard it your whole life. Everybody's heard it your whole life, right? But it's true, right? Is that you really do have to focus. But the difficult part is that it's really hard if you're down 3-0 in a series on the road and they get a lead. Watch out if the Dodgers get a run or two in the first inning, they might score 30 of them. Same thing like in a big game, Brad, soccer. I'm sure you get like a 2-0 lead, like on a big round, and then everybody's firing. Everybody, and you're just drilling. Like nothing can go wrong. Like that's what you worry about in a 3-0 series game 4. Is that it could just be a culmination. And hitting is unbelievably contagious. So, yeah, be careful. Be careful. Brewers going to Wisconsin Dells. Oregon Trail. All right. So let's go to the games here, Brad. So, first one up. All right. 5:08 Central. So that's 6:08 Eastern. And what is that? 3:08 Pacific. I almost said Western. Why didn't they use Western? Although Pacific does sound better. The time zone. Like, they have Eastern. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. And the Mariners. Over under a 7. But look at this. Series is tied 2-2. Blue Jays are favorite here. Minus 115. Brad, what you were talking about. Momentum with the Blue Jays right now. So, again, series tied 2-2. The road team has won all 4 games. All 4. Oh, hey, Tina, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, now, hitter versus pitcher historicals. All right, so the Blue Jays here against Bryce Miller for the Mariners. Ernie Clement hitting 500. Vlad, 1 for 7. IKF, 1 for 3. Alejandro Kirk, 1 of 5. Nathan Lukes, 2 of 3. Springer, 2 of 9. He's got 2 home runs. So going through this, Springer's kind of your guy right here if you're basing it off of historicals. Now, jumping to the other side, the gas man on the mound for the Blue Jays. How the Mariners faced against him. Randy Arozarena hitting 250 with a home run. J.P. Crawford, 3 for 21. Mitch Garver, 0 for 10. Josh Naylor, 4 for 13. He had a bomb last night. Jorge Polanco, 3 for 16. Look at Cal Rowley, 8 out of 17 with 4 home runs. 4. Bro, 17 at bats. That's a good, healthy number. He's hitting 471. He's slugging 1,176. I just read that horribly, but Rowley's had his way with the gas man. Robles is 1 for 8. Julio Rodriguez, 5 for 19. He has a home run. And Eugenio Suarez, 7 for 24. That's pretty good. He's got a home run as well. So, all right. Contreras, Eugenio Suarez, Cal Rowley. All right. Like, those are kind of your guys here. Matty Boy, when AB said gas man, did anyone else have a flashback to the mobster from Dumb and Dumber? All right, now jumping to game 2 tonight. Brewers and the Dodgers. Hey, Brewers. You think you could decide on a pitcher a little earlier? This is like 3 times now. We don't have any historicals on either side. So we're flying blind in this one. The Brewers haven't even decided on a pitcher to let you know where they're at right now. All right? Brad, as the kids say online, Granny got us down bad. All right? We can't decide who's pitching. We're down 0-3. We're on the road. This ain't good. And the Dodgers are like, hey, we got Shohei Ohtani to throw. Yeah. So that is why, though. And again, we don't have any historicals, so this is all we got. But that's why I say, be careful betting the Brewers and Dodgers game. There are so many intangibles that we don't know. But just from experience of being around baseball my whole life, when it's a 3-0 game in a series, they can go any direction. So whoever scores first, it's a massive advantage, especially if you can get 2. If you can get 2 runs, oh my God, you 2 runs could be 20. But you screw around, strike out, leave runners on, don't score, it can go the other way. And then let me tell you this. Let's just say the Brewers win. Dodgers screw around, Brewers win. Then it goes 3-1. Then it goes 3-2. Then you have to get nervous. Because if it goes 3-3, you are on the ledge of becoming the 04 Yankees, right? Where we're making documentaries 20 years of a collapse in a series, right? So, look, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that Red Sox team was kind of special to pull that off. But they had the right mentality. Kevin Millar was saying, don't let us win today. And that's exactly the mindset you have to have. It has to be one game. You cannot even the series in one night. So don't even think about it. But you have to. Here's the other thing, too. So if you're betting this game, here's another interesting angle to look at. All right. Let's look at we always look at a 3-0 series. We always look at the team that's on the verge of clinching, and rightfully so. But there's also a team on the other side that's down 0-3. And it is now literally do or die, right? So the issue with them becomes you're literally having you have to win every inning, basically. Like you're down to nuts and bolts, blocking and tackling, right? And when you do that, here's how do I say this? Here's the interesting look. The Brewers have to win or the season's over. I mean, no, mentally, let's be in this mindset. No, it is real. So what I'm getting at is that the Brewers might change pitchers every inning. They have no loyalty, quote unquote, to anybody in the game at any moment because they have to win and they have to do everything they can to win, which is good. But pay attention to that because if they do, they might seriously deplete bullpen usage, starting pitcher. Look, starting pitchers are now viable to come in the game. Like you're in all-star mode now. Anything you have to do. Anything. So that's the other look of it is that you are not going to get a normal game from the Brewers. There's absolutely no telling what you're going to get because they don't know because you have to play it. I mean, literally every out. So if you're a live bettor and you are somebody who's big on situational baseball, you could make a lot of money tonight. Now you've got to find it correctly. But if you find it, you can make a lot of money tonight. So something to remember there. All right, let's hit the picks. And again, we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk more about it. But situational baseball, in tournament baseball, and elimination tournament baseball is everything. Like the game completely goes down to nuts and bolts, all of that, right? So it's going to be fascinating to watch. All right, Brad, let it rip. What you got?
We're going to Denmark up here at 12 p.m. Central Time. So 2 hours and 16 minutes. A matchup between Silkeborg taking on Copenhagen. We're looking for 3 total goals. We like 3 total goals much better than that. Both teams to score for those asking in the chat. And yes, we do also like that over 2.75. If it's getting a little more juiced to bring down that juice, you can do that through one of 2 ways, bet and buy the dip, or if you have the Asian total, drop in on that 2.75.
Bet and buy the dip with Copenhagen. That is a marketing tagline right there. You want to end a commercial? End it with that. Bradley, great job, buddy. All right. I'm on Louisville, Miami, over 51.5. Check your books. You might get 50.5. Hell, Matty Boy found 49.5 at ESPN. So make sure to check your books for sure. Those final couple points absolutely matter. Blue Jays, Mariners, over 7. It's game 1 today in Major League Baseball. Game 2, Brewers and the Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers first 7 team total over 3.5. If you just want to play the Dodgers team total over 4.5, I totally get it. But I wanted 3.5. I want to get the number as low as I can. And if I have to eat it in the first 7 innings, I'll eat it in the first 7 innings. But I'd rather play 7 at 3.5 than 9 at 4.5. Nebraska money line, Dodgers money line, plus 100. Now, Brad, hit your weekend goal scorer and boot watch list.
Yes, sir. We got the 3 we got the 3 scorers here in Europe. We've got Manchester City's Erling Haaland in the English Premier League. We also have Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid.
Mbappe
in Spain's La Liga. And then we also have Harry Kane, who plays for Bayern Munich in the Germany Bundesliga. So you're going to England, you're going to Spain, and we're going to Germany. And then to close out Saturday night, we're going to be talking about the MLS and looking for those 3 names there: Denny Bouanga, Sam Surridge, and the Little Messiah, Messi. All 3 are chasing the top of the Golden Boot, so all 3 are going to want to score. Messi is currently in the lead of that, so look for those other names to really, really push it. And then, of course, our boy, Young Man Son, has got it going on. TSOA right there at minus 140. That's basically a no-brainer if you see that man on the list for a starter. He's just better than every other player on the pitch. Give me Hyungmin Son to score or assist.
Well done, buddy. Now, the TSOA, that sounds like something on the interstate. Like, yeah, I was speeding in the TSOA lane. They gave me a damn ticket.
True.
Son is such a great name. Hey, who are you?
Son. Yep.
Yeah, who are you? I'm the son of man. Oh, nice to meet you.
It's tricky, though, because with a lot of the South Koreans, their names can sometimes be pronounced differently, just depending on where they are. I believe he's actually Sun Min Hyun, but he goes by Hyungmin Son.
Really? So he reverses the last name and the first name.
There's some differentiation. So the way we pronounce it's different over there than here. It's just tricky, kind of like turkey, eh?
Yeah, he might be onto something. Look, I'm gonna mess around with it myself. Bel Alin.
Yeah.
What a name, Bel Alin. All right, well, look. All right, I'm betting Son now. Son's onto something. Hyungmin Son, is that what you said? Is that
Hyungmin Son? Yep.
Okay. All right, that's my boy right there. All right. Also, if you want to get in a little 3-leg parlay, little 3-leg Sun, Dodgers money line, Nebraska money line, Miami money line plus 138. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we got college football. Okay, so we've got 4 games tonight. Now, Louisville, Miami is a big one. I mean, so is Nebraska and Minnesota. Miami, a 13.5-point favorite, a total of 50.5. Again, we're on the over here, Brad. Man, that spread, like, I like Miami. There's no reason to not be, like, Miami's given no reason to jump off the train. They look fantastic. They're ranked second in the country. Like, they're the real deal. But 13.5 on a Friday? I don't know. It's a lot. We'll go with that over 50.5. Well, I'm up 51.5, but grab 50, even 49. Now, Nebraska and Minnesota. So here's what we need to know in this game. Nebraska head coach Matt Rule is going to be asked about the Penn State job every day. He already is. And he ain't saying no. He's giving the I'm focused on right now, which is the proper answer. Now, I think that Matt Rule wants to stay at Nebraska, but he's playing the game right because, Brad, what do you do when a lot of people want you? Time to go ahead and get that raise. I think you guys are going to pay me a little more money. And trust me, Nebraska, they got more money than Sun. They ain't worried about money in Nebraska. They got plenty of it. And they're happy to pay that check, right? So Matt Rule's going to play the game a little bit. But in that game, Brad, is one thing that Matt Rule has to do to keep interest on him. Got to keep winning. Because if you start losing, nobody wants you, right? Now, again, I'm not saying that Matt Rule's focused on that more than football. Let's be clear. But this is how you make money when you're a coach. This is how you get an extra $1 million a year. Is having your agent play this game. And your job when you are in it, and it's a great place to be when other schools want you, because you now got what we call leverage. But you have to keep winning. You have to keep scoring. I like Nebraska in this one. Minnesota, they are who they are. Nebraska is 7-point favorite, total 47. I'm not messing with that total. I don't want anything to do with that total. And, Brad, I don't know if anybody loves totals more than I do in any sport. But I don't want anything to do with it. because it could get a little hairy. Now, I think Nebraska wins the game. I'm not taking them to cover. I've got them in a money line parlay with the Dodgers. Yeah. Addison, if I lose, I want to lose a good bet. Absolutely. Completely agree. So that's where Nebraska sits. It's an interesting place to be. And let me assure you that back channel Matt Rule kind of stuff, oh, that's a real thing. This is how these guys become generationally wealthy by playing this game. So you work your whole life to have a chance to for Penn State to want to come after you while you're at Nebraska. That's a pretty good life. Those are two pretty good institutions, all things considered, you know. So the only thing you have to do for all things in your life, your wife suddenly goes from driving a souped up Ford Explorer to any damn car she wants on planet Earth. You know what I mean? Like, everybody eats if you keep winning. I assure you, Matt Rule understands that concept very well. So that's why I say it could get a little hairy. But in the end, I want Nebraska, and I want to take them on the money line, and I don't want to mess around with anything else. I want to parlay it with the Dodgers. Let's go. Now, here's the other part. We got two other games. San Jose State, Utah State. I'm going to shoot you straight. I don't know much on either of these teams. And I'm not going to lie to you and act like I do. So if anybody's a San Jose State or Utah State fan, aficionado, etc., let me know. Z-Money, college basketball is back in less than 3 weeks. Just saying, yes, sir. And our boy Michael Bolin is an assassin with college basketball. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a ton of fun with him. Look, I don't know. I am shooting you as straight as possible. I have no idea what to do with San Jose State, Utah State. Matty Boy, I hope Matt Rule does a good job at Penn State as he did with the Panthers. Justin, taking Utah -3.5, paying the juice. Hey, Justin, I'm following you, big dog. I'm following you, man. Like, I don't know. Matty asked Brock Lane over 28.5 receiving yards for Utah State. Great look. Adam, sounds like a lot of points in Utah State. There we go. Kirk, like the over in the Cal game. Beautiful. We'll talk about that. Just 1 second. Roger, my new phrase is going elbows out, just like Sig on the sideline. Yes. Yeah. Signetti at Indiana. He was in that Penn State conversation. And guess what? Let me give you the perfect example real quick. Indiana coach. You saw what he did against Oregon, right? He was in that same Matt Rule category. Indiana went up to Oregon, beat that ass. Guess what? 2 days ago, because Signetti, the Indiana coach, was in the same Matt Rule category, right? Of like Penn State's going to come calling. Indiana yesterday gave him an 8-year, $93 million contract, fully guaranteed. That's how you get rich. So when I talk about Matt Rule, trust me, he just saw Signetti in Indiana become worth $93 million in one night. And Matt Rule can do the exact same thing tonight. Because here's the thing. Matt Rule could win tonight, get on the plane, AD's going to be there, and you say, you know what? You don't want to go through this stress all year. Am I leaving? Are we going to have to find a new coach? Pissed off fan base. I want to be here. Let's go ahead and get this deal done now. And you know what that AD will say? You want to sign it with your pen or mine? Right? We'll do it right here in front of everybody. You know, because you want to get that done. So I'm not saying that Minnesota is Oregon. It's not that style of game, but it doesn't matter. You just need to win tonight. And you can that AD will give you $100 million contract on that plane. You know what I'm saying? He'll get that deal done. So again, that's if he wants to stay. If he wants to leave, well, then keep betting Nebraska because he has to keep winning. So that's something to pay attention to with these teams. And it's real. Pay attention to these lists. All right. As schools start to open up, the Florida job likely going to open up, right? With Billy Napier and the reports coming that he could be fired this weekend. So, yeah, I mean, Indiana, like the theory we just laid out was the exact same thing for Indiana last week, right? So it's something to pay attention to. But again, the pressure could also get to you and you could blow a game. But Matt Rule's been around the block a little bit. He's coached in the NFL. Like, he knows. Your agent handles the back channel. What were you going to say? Sorry.
He's got a Judge Judy negotiation, if you're familiar.
Yep.
Just slide the envelope in, says, that's my number. And they're trying to give her an envelope to, if I open this up, that's a negotiation.
Yep. I'm telling you.
Legend.
If you're Matt Rule and you want to stay at Nebraska, what you do is you win tonight, you get on that plane, and you say, I want to get the deal done now.
Show me the money.
And, brother, they'll say, you want this in a check, Venmo, cat, what? You tell me.
Bitcoin, whatever.
You tell me.
Yeah.
I'll have it in a briefcase by the time we land. You think we ain't got money? It's Nebraska. So I'm telling you, not that Matt Rule's not already a rich man. He is. He's coached in the NFL. But tonight's one of those nights. This is you know what this is? Business trip. This is a business trip for Matt Rule. Business trip. You want to never have to worry about money, which he kind of already is in that category, but you want to really never worry about money again? Win the night. Signetti just did it. You can do it too. But if you want, I'm fascinated to see if he wants to stay there or not. That's another thing to pay attention to is his answers, right? Because there's a way to say something without saying it. Brad, you're the head coach of who were we just talking about? I just lost my train of thought. Nebraska. You want to go to Penn State? Penn State job's open. I'm focused on Minnesota. We're on to Minnesota. But see, you didn't say no. You could easily come out and say, no, I'm the head coach of Nebraska. I'm staying at Nebraska. Don't ever ask me that question again. And you'll never get asked that question again. Oh, your leverage just went out the window, but you'll never get asked that question again. So pay attention to him speaking, right? He'll give you an answer without giving you an answer. Or could be playing it tonight. I'm telling you, I would do it. Nebraska's a great, but you become a god. Not that Penn State's not a great job, but you become a god at Nebraska. You bring that program back, Brad, they could play a college football game on Saturn, and Nebraska bringing 85,000 people. There's no question. They'll find transportation. You just sell them the ticket. They'll be there tailgating. Oh, my goodness. All right. Maybe last time you said that Alex Golish, that's another guy. Alex Golish fit to be a very rich man. Yeah, same deal. These guys know that scenario in life, very rarely do you have people standing there with, what is that? 9 figures? 9 figures. 2 commas. 2 commas, man. And it's fully guaranteed. Yeah. Barely. Can you bring Nebraska back in this era? They kind of, hey, they did it at Tennessee. I'm going to say Tennessee won a title or anything in football, but Tennessee was bad for like 20 years. You get the right guy in there, man, and you just change up the game a little bit. Matt Rule's a good football coach. He's been around. John Golish should be a great hire. Oh, yeah. Alex Golish at South Florida is a phenomenal coach, and players love him. Super positive guy. Like Alex Golish at South Florida, he might be at Florida next year, which that would be frightening because Florida has all the resources to recruit. You look at the University of Florida in any sport, like soccer, football, baseball, you can play year round. Great facilities. Oh man. And you're named after the state. Like you are the premier.
Good tax laws too.
Oh yeah. No state taxes in Florida. Just like Tennessee.
Yep.
No state taxes. Hey, you know, in the NFL, and we'll get to the picks and we'll get out of here, I know. In the NFL, you get paid by the week, right? So you get paid and you get taxed where the game is played. So in free agency, players that are looking at big time, you know, $150 million contracts are looking at these teams in the States. And not only, like, if you're Tennessee, like, say you're like, all right, I'm going to look at the Tennessee Titans. They want to pay me a bunch of money. Let me look there. And for tax purposes, not only where you play, because 80 of your games are going to be at home. So you're going to be taxed according to that state. Well, Tennessee, no state income tax. But then you start to look at your division because you're going to play in those states. Indiana, Texas, no state income tax. Florida, no state income tax. Yeah. So it's fascinating when you're looking at free agency, you know, and these guys are looking around saying, you get stuck in, you know, with the Rams, right? Like you could have some bad years where you play a lot of California games, you know, and you lose that money. Z Money, how do you get taxed for a game in Berlin? No idea. I have no clue how that works. Game check is taxed based on the state the game is in. Did not know that. Yes, it is. Absolutely. And you only get checks through the season. So you're going most of the calendar year. But like those checks aren't coming every week. You know? I mean, you could structure, like you could do whatever you want with that. But yeah, no, it's taxed based on the state that it's played in. So, yeah. So, you know, the AFC South, what are you going to say?
I was looking to answer one of those chat questions because I was interested to see how are they taxed when they go overseas.
Yep.
The UK taxes in London up to 45%. So you're going to play overseas and you're getting 50% of your check taken away.
Yep.
Good God. And you have to travel.
Yeah. Do you see why these countries want these games?
Yeah, no crap, right?
Yeah. Think about that. And that's taxed. Every single player's check is taxed. Yeah. Every single coach's check is taxed. Those are big checks.
My gosh.
Yeah.
You know what it's called? It's called the jock tax.
Yep.
That is a wild name for it.
Oh yeah. Think if you're the Jaguars, you got to play over there twice. That you lose home games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad.
You go from 0 state income tax to 50% twice. Yeah. Hey, Shad Khan, you want to chip us off some expense money?
Man, those NFL players better be getting in their collective bargaining agreement ASAP.
Yep. Jason, what about their bye week? It's paid. Bye week is considered a week of work.
PTO.
Yeah, because you're still practicing.
Yeah.
And, you know, in professional sports, you're actually paid to practice. Like NFL, you only play one game a week. Now, I say only, but like theoretically, you know, you spend all your time practicing or in meetings, right? So that's your job. You know what I mean? The game is the game, but yeah. So it's still a week of work. Like you're still, you know, where you just have a bye week. So, yeah. And it's taxed. It would be taxed in your state. So, but here's the other interesting part. So like Tennessee. So I used to work for the Tennessee Titans. So the Tennessee Titans are actually owned by Houston Football Inc. Okay. The Titans, formerly the Houston Oilers, well, that was their LLC. I don't know what it's set up as, right? But yeah, it's Houston Football Inc. Now, I'll say this. The NFL as a whole, not all the teams, the league is its own separate business entity. It used to be a 501c3. They didn't even pay taxes. Think about that. They had the NFL set up as a charity. Yeah. How's that work? Oh, you want to take a look at a contract? You want to know who has a contract? Roger Goodell. Look at his contract. He makes I think 60-something million a year. In his contract, he gets the NFL's private plane usage for 3 family generations for life. Insurance benefits for 3 family generations for life. Bro, go look at Roger Goodell's contract.
I am.
And let me tell you, Roger Goodell might be the best commissioner the NFL's ever had in terms of money. Yeah. But so the NFL is set it used to be set up like a 501c3. So the NFL was and it's not in 501c3 anymore, but it's still set up in this entity. The NFL as a whole is its own entity. Okay. Then you have 32 teams that are their own businesses that are a part of this entity. Can I say, Brad, may I say, we'll get out of here. I know I've kept everybody, but may I say one thing real quick? And I don't mean this politically. I mean this in the actual literal sense of the word. Okay. You following me? The NFL is actually set up in a socialist system in the true sense of the word, meaning that the collective, the 32 business owners, they vote on their boss. Money is collectively bargained. It is a system to where, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys, their big money comes into a pot that also helps the Tennessee Titans. You see what I'm saying? And all that money goes. So I mean it in the truest sense of the word. I don't mean it politically. That's actually what a socialist system set up properly looks like. Now, again, I'm not advocating it for politics, but what I'm saying in the business sense, the NFL set it up that way. And it's fascinating to look at if you're somebody who just, is a historian or, anybody like that, to look at the system. And it's it was a brilliant system for what they're doing. And again, not making it political, but it's fascinating. So you take a look at the collective bargaining of the ownerships, right? And then the tax systems and all this stuff. It's crazy when you look at the actual business of the NFL. It's wild. Anyways, I could talk for 30 hours on that. You know what I mean? And again, I didn't mean it political, but if anybody's ever looking for what an actual application of the word means, that's kind of what it is. And again, not advocating for it, but the NFL is a fascinating business, dude. Fascinating, man. All right, Brad, let it rip, buddy. What you got? And we'll jump out of here.
We're looking for the Danish Superligaen, Denmark Superligaen on your book. It's the top flight in Denmark in a matchup between Silkeborg taking on Copenhagen. I like 3 total goals, so the 2.75 does work in this scenario. Or the bet and buy the dip with our boys, Copenhagen. 3 total goals in the Danish Superligaen.
Copenhagen. Nice work, my boy. All right, I'm going to go Louisville, Miami over 51.5. Blue Jays, Mariners over 7. Dodgers for 7. Team total over 3.5. And then Nebraska money line and Dodgers money line parlay together at plus 100. All right, Brad, did we hit Germany back there on the board?
Not yet.
Let it rip, big dog. What you got?
We're down here in the 3rd division of Germany, one of the bottom divisions, or at least closer to the bottom. The 3rd division, they still play some pretty good football. They're probably comparable more to the MLS, maybe just a step down from there. But what we're seeing in Germany, not just from the top flights, but also the 3rd division, they're smashing both teams to score. It is coming in at such a high rate, almost 75%. But that over 2.5 is not as correlated with that both teams to score. What you see is either that 1-1, both teams come out, get that 1-1, or they usually push to the third, which then pushes to the fourth. So what we're looking at in Germany 3, we like both teams to score. And then if it does push that over 2.5, there's a great chance to hit that over 3.5.
My friend, that was beautiful work, as always. As always. Bradley, great job. Okay, any final thoughts? We'll get out of here. I've kept everyone way too long on Friday.
I was just looking up the questions in the chat about the NCAA point spread shaving. I had not heard, so I did a little Googling. There's
Bruce Pearl. What? Keep going.
There's 6 teams named in point shaving. It's Eastern Michigan, Temple, Arizona State, New Orleans, North Carolina A&T, and Mississippi Valley State. All those athletes were betting against their own teams and offering advice to others.
They were betting against their own team and advice to others.
Betting against their own teams, sharing information with third parties, knowingly manipulating scoring or game outcomes, and or refusing to participate in enforcement in the staff's investigation. Crazy.
They're cooked. Yeah, they're cooked. These people, let me tell you this real quick. These people think that they're smarter than these control systems that the books have these set up, by the way, because no one wants more fair gaming than the books. These people think that they're smarter than this technology. They're insane.
You're not smarter than AI. Stop it.
No.
With the Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. Even Jordan. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're good. We'll get out of here. Yeah. I've kept everyone way too long. Brad, great job as always, my boy. Okay. We'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern for Driving the Nightline. But until then, see what happened? AB, they're cooked. They're cooked, dog. And Temple better be careful. They've been messing around on this before. Here's the problem. We used to make the joke, if Kentucky basketball, if they got in trouble for recruiting, and it was a list like that. And I'm not coming to Kentucky. I love Kentucky. I'm just saying because they're a popular name, right? It would be the NCAA so mad at Kentucky, they just hammered North Carolina A&T. They don't come after the big boys, but these little guys where there's not much pushback, oh, yeah, the judge is going to smoke you on this sentence. You're going away, dog. Yeah, it's going to be bad. All right. Brad, great job. Everybody, great job. We'll be live 3 p.m. Eastern. Until then, best of luck. Cash these tickets. We'll see you soon. Thanks. Who's got it better than us? No!